I thought it would be super helpful to just do a few tutorials on the process of how to actually get the necessary paperwork in order to be able to travel to Ghana. So if you didn't watch my last video on how to get a visa, make sure you go check that out. Super helpful video. So today I am going to be talking about the yellow fever vaccine, which is something that you absolutely have to have if you're planning your trip to Ghana. I feel like a lot of people always saying, oh, come visit, book that trip, but they never lay out the process of what it takes to come. And a lot of people just simply don't come to Ghana because they don't even know how to go about the process. So hopefully these tutorials can help to offset that discomfort when considering your trip abroad. There's many ways that you can obtain your yellow fever vaccine. But for me, I chose to go through an agency called Passport Health, which I feel they are just like top notch when it comes to getting your immunizations. The fee isn't even that much. I think at the time when I came, the vaccine was like $250 or something like that. I know my personal experience, my insurance would not cover the vaccine. I had to pay out of pocket for it. So, and I also had to get my daughter vaccinated because she traveled with me here to Ghana. And if your child is 9 months and older, they are required to have the yellow fever vaccine when coming into Ghana. So consider that if you're traveling with small children. So the process of the vaccine was super easy. I just went online. I booked an appointment with them. I showed up for my appointment time. They then gave me the vaccine. There was no one else in the office. It was just, every time that I've gone to the office twice. And both of the times that I went, and I've even gone like in between those times because I lost my yellow fever vaccine. And so I had to go to them to get a copy. So they're really good with that also, with giving you copies if you misplace your yellow fever vaccine. So I highly recommend going through Passport Health for your vaccination needs. They're not paying me to promote, but I'm just telling my experience would work for me and would help me to get here with ease. So the vaccine was painless. It did not hurt at all. I'm like kind of, iffy with vaccines. So if you're that type of person and you're like me, then I would just recommend that you just detox your body after you take the vaccine to kind of, flush those toxins out. But okay, so when you get vaccinated after the injection, which takes literally 2 seconds, they will give you a yellow card, which looks like this. And so basically inside of the card, it just has the date that you got vaccinated along with your name and, just some detailing information to identify yourself. You are going to need this when you're traveling. Certain airlines, they do ask for proof of your yellow fever vaccine before you even board the aircraft. So you want to make sure that you do not forget this. And to make sure that I did not forget this, I just put it in my passport book because you need your passport to travel, right? So to make sure that I did not forget it, I just included this inside my passport book to make sure that I had it in hand, because you never know. Some airlines, they don't ask for it. Other airlines, they do. I flew Kenya Airways, my last trip here to Ghana, which I, ultimately ended up moving. I flew Kenya Airways, and that airline was something else, but they are one of the airlines that asks for proof of my yellow fever. So I had to show it before I boarded the flight here to Ghana. When you physically land in Ghana, they are going to ask you for this yellow fever. They want to see that you have this. So you have to present this to customs once you get through the airport. So it's important. Once you get your yellow fever vaccine, it's not just throw it away. You have to keep it on you, and you have to have it when you are traveling. Another thing that Passport Health gave me, which was super helpful, was this book. It's all toe up, guys. It's been, I like that light better. The light is shining so bright you can't really see me. It's a beautiful day here in Ghana, can I add? But so they gave me this folder, which is all toe up. It done traveled with me to Ghana and back all the times that I came. I always keep it with me. But inside of this booklet. They give you like all, the necessary information, medication, stuff like that. Recommended other vaccines that they also offer. It's not required, but they do offer a host of vaccines traveling to Ghana, and they have some that's recommended that you take. For me, I didn't take anything but the yellow fever vaccine. They even offered me the option to get a prescription for malaria, and I declined because, I'm not gonna recommend everybody be like me, but I just had this thing like, I'm going home. Like, I don't need none of that stuff. Just give me what's necessary, and that's it. That's all. And I came and went several times, safe, no issues. So everybody's not me though. They even recommend that when you come that you don't, brush your teeth using the tap water, that you use bottled water. I followed none of the rules and regulations that was presented to me when coming here to Ghana. Like, I was here to just really get the experience, the true authentic experience of being here in Ghana. So I did everything they told me not to. I'm just gonna be everything but drink the water. I did not drink the tap water, but as far as brushing my teeth, and I did all that, and I was fine, but that's me. So I'm not going to recommend that for everybody because everybody's body is different. You have to know yourself. Yes, but they do offer the prescription for you to get malaria pills, which they recommend you start taking before you even board your flight. I again declined. I did not take the malaria pills. Again, each his own. So whatever you feel comfortable doing, but Passport Health is absolutely a great agency to go through. So now that I've given you the little spiel about how it works with them, I want to take you to the website. Okay, so here we are. Let me expand that. So here we are. This is what the website looks like. Okay, so you want to make sure you're at the correct website, which is passporthealthusa.com, which you can see right up here. So you want to make sure that you are at this website. I know Google sometimes has a tendency to have, multiple sites that seem like the real deal, but it's not. So you want to make sure that you are at this website. So once you get here, you can see right here, it has a little box that says book now. They have a phone number that you can call. I want to say the first appointment that I scheduled with them, I used this telephone number. I called, I gave them my zip code, told them where I was at. They gave me the nearest location to me. I booked and I went. The second time, I believe that I just went right online, just typed in my zip code, and I found the clinic that was closest to me. So either way works just as well as the other. It's all a matter of whether you prefer to speak to a live person or if you just want to do, if you want to just, go ahead and put your zip code in and just go through the computer. Now, I know for the first time, I opted in to speak to someone because I had, a few questions that I wanted to ask, such as, was the yellow fever vaccine the only vaccine that was required to travel? How did I have to get it within a certain time period? Which you don't. You don't have to get the yellow fever vaccine within a certain time period. You just have to have it before you leave. I don't know about any other country here in Africa and what their requirements is. I can only speak for Ghana because this is what I know. This is where I am and this is where I've been coming. So I can only speak for Ghana. I don't know about everyone else, but you can always, Google knows it all. So I always like to say that. So if you are traveling somewhere else, you can always just Google what the requirements are for whatever country it is that you're planning to go to. And so that's the process. It's like so super easy. Again, I found this particular agency to be the best, the most efficient when taking care of my yellow fever vaccine needs. So I highly recommend them. If you are seeking to need your yellow fever vaccine, they have multiple locations all over the place. So I was in New York at the time when I took my vaccines. And then it was another time I was in Texas. They even had a location in Texas. So they have locations all over the place. It's not just in one particular area. So it's a really good, company. And I feel like they're more, just more professional. They almost feel kind of like government affiliated, how professional they are, if that makes sense. So I highly recommend them because they do everything in order. They do it right. They keep a record. So if you ever need it, you can always go back to them. No matter how long it's been since you've gotten it. They have a computer database. So all they have to do is just literally reprint the card out for you if you ever lose it. So again, I highly recommend them. So that's the process. Do you have anything else to add about yellow fever? Yeah, no. So I think that's about it. I just wanted to do a quick tutorial on this and in hopes that, it just makes your process easier when you're considering your trip here to Ghana. So everybody stop booking your trips. Like I'm telling you, you do not want to miss the opportunity to experience Ghana. There are some ups and downs associated with coming. That's with anywhere, but it is truly a beautiful, beautiful place to be. So until the next video, I will see y'all all soon. And don't forget, y'all already know. Gotta say it. Subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns that I didn't cover in this video, be sure to drop a comment and I will be sure to respond and answer any questions you have.